Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome to another watch list. Basically, think of this as a monthly TV guide for me to let you know what and when TV shows that I'm interested in, that maybe you're interested in, are coming out. Like always, in the description, I'll include links to any trailers that might be available to anything that I bring up during this watch list. On July 3rd on Netflix, we have the Sandman Season 2, Volume 1. Obviously, the second season is going to be the final season, but still, regardless, I'm excited to get more Sandman. I really loved the first season. I'm excited to see where the second season takes us. It's divided up into 2 volumes. Volume 1 will consist of the first 6 episodes. Also on July 3rd on Crunchyroll, we have Onmyo Kaiten Rebirth Verse. It's an interesting anime series that's an isekai where basically this delinquent is getting teleported to a world. The way the trailer states it, it sounds like it's a world that he dreams about. So I don't know if it's like, oh, this dream world that he's dreamed about is a real world that he's just dreamed about, or whether it's just, hey, I'm getting isekai into one of my dreams or whatever. But yeah, it's him like trying to be a hero, trying to save the day, and I think try to protect, like, either she's like a princess or a priestess or something. There's a lot of context missing, but it seems to be the main crux of the story. And also the main protagonist turns into something like some kind of being or creature. Hey, I'm always a fan of like a main character transforming into some like monstrous form or like some transformed state. I'm always a major fan of that. So it seems really interesting, and so I'm excited to check it out. Also on July 3rd, we have the second season of Dandadan coming out on Netflix and Crunchyroll, as well as Hulu. I don't think I remembered that comes out on Hulu too, but regardless, so excited for Dandadan. Easily one of my favorite animes from last season, last year, and I'm so excited to see where it continues. Obviously, we're going to be picking up where last season left off with the Gigi storyline, kind of getting a resolution to that. But beyond that, I have no idea what to even expect from this season. I avoided the trailer because I want to know as little as possible. I just want to just enjoy the wild ride that this series is. On July 5th on Netflix, we have a new anime series, The Summer Hikaru Died. I saw a tiny bit of a trailer a little while back that I think it was a teaser, and I read a little bit of the synopsis for it, but my understanding is like it's these 2 really close friends. One was like mountaineering alone and ends up dying, but then his body gets consumed by like some eldritch being, and now it's like this thing has all of his memories and kind of acts like him, and now this character who was his friend is trying to stay close to him, but with all this other like wild crazy stuff happening around him. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be a little bit of a romantic situation, but I could be mistaken. I feel like I read that somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure. Seems like a really interesting premise. Like I said, I only watched the teaser and read the synopsis, so I could be a little off on my understanding of everything, but it seemed interesting, so I'm excited to check it out. On July 11th on Paramount Plus, we have Dexter Resurrection, the latest series in the Dexter franchise. I know that this is a sequel to New Blood. I actually need to watch the most recent series. I'm actually blanking on its name, but it's the prequel series. Obviously, that kind of ties in a little bit, but obviously exploring Dexter's past, but I know it's all kind of told through his mindset from the end of Dexter. So it's a necessary piece of the puzzle, and also just I'm a big fan of the Dexter series, so I'm excited for this to come out, but I'm also, like I said, I need to circle back to the Dexter prequel series that came out a little while ago as well. On July 13th on MGM Plus, we have a new series called The Institute. Apparently this is based off of a Stephen King book or story. It seems like basically these kids get brought to this institute where they're experimented on, because it seems like, oh, everything's above board, these are gifted children, but then you find out they're being experimented on. I don't know whether they have latent abilities already or whether the experiments at the institute gives them the abilities. But seems like an interesting premise from what I saw from the trailer a little while ago. I'm excited to check it out when it ultimately comes out, to kind of get a better understanding and context for everything going down. On July 14th on Netflix, we have Sakamoto Days Season 1 Part 2. So excited to have Sakamoto Days back. I'm not quite sure what to even expect from the second half of the season. I'm assuming it's going to be 11 episodes just like the first half, but obviously we got set up with some, introduced to some new antagonists at the end of part 1. So carrying that over, dealing with everything that Sakamoto and his new employees have had to deal with. I'm excited for more adventures with Sakamoto and the crew. On July 19th on Crunchyroll, we had the second season of Kaiju number 8, which I'm very, very excited about. A couple of days ago, maybe 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago at the time of me recording this, I basically binged all of season 1, so I'm completely caught up and ready. So excited to see where season 2 takes us. I've never read the manga, so I'm going into this story blind, taking it as it comes. But I'm excited to see where season 2 takes us, especially how everything played out for season 1. Highly recommend, if you have not seen season 1, I highly recommend you check it out before season 2. On July 24th on Netflix, we have the second volume, or the last episode of the Sandman in general. This is going to be the next 5, or the last 5 episodes, but apparently I just looked it up too. Like a week later on July 31st is apparently going to be a bonus episode, just like they released a bonus episode like sometime after season 1. This is going to be another bonus episode. Apparently this one's going to revolve around death, which I think is pretty cool. So once again, sad to see Sandman coming to an end, but I'm glad we are getting more of it regardless. And finally on the list, we have on July 31st, speaking of, we have the second season of Twisted Metal, which I have not seen the first season of Twisted Metal. Hopefully I can squeeze that in with all the other stuff, but it's a franchise I'm not well versed in. I think I played a little bit of one Twisted Metal game years and years ago on the PlayStation, but it's not a franchise or game franchise I'm that well versed in, but it seems interesting. Once again, crazy racers, death car racing like franchise and series, so I'm excited to check out the series because I've heard pretty good things about the series. I've just never took the time to check it out. Obviously, new season around the corner, kind of the perfect time. So I'm really interested. Like I said, if I'm able to squeeze in time to watch season 1, hopefully I can. So that brings this month's watch list to an end. Like always, if there's something that's coming out that maybe I wasn't aware of, that maybe you're aware of, that you think maybe me or someone else would be interested in, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments. But really, that's all I wanted to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.